It feels like bed sheets, and I love the feeling of bed sheets. Is that weird? Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Zula Altered. And first of all, let me just say that this morning was horrible because I basically forgot to bring the product that I'm going to be styling today. So yeah, that's life. But anyway, besides that, sending some positive vibes only. And today's video is just going to be a pretty fun one because it's kind of relevant now. So I'll be styling some face masks for you guys. And I guess the reason why I thought of it is because after circuit breaker, a lot of brands are coming out with very stylish masks and a lot of people are, upping their mask game. Then I'm like, wow, so atas leh, I also want. It's also good to not use the disposable mask so often. So like I was taking a look at some reusable items. And to be very honest, you don't really need to style masks. But this is gonna kind of be on your face anyway, right? Why not just make it an accessory that you can change up every once in a while? So I thought, why not just try do a little styling guide that is for the fun of it, and you can take some inspiration from the video lah. So today I have 6 masks to style, and I'll be reviewing them from the lowest price point to the most expensive. And let me just pull it out to show it to you guys. Okay, so I have the mask here. There's one still missing because it's on the Grab delivery from my house to office. So yeah, please, we'll get there when we get there. The first mask that I obviously have from the bunch is the very commonly cited disposable mask. And here I have the shade Medical Blue. Comes in other shades like white, black, and other forms and colors. I think this is something that at least 90% of Singaporeans will own. I don't know whether 90% is a good step, but okay, I would say that this is a mask that majority of Singaporeans will at least own or have like one or two or used it before. This mask is, I guess, the easiest to find. It's like 30 cents per piece and it comes in like a huge box. So for this mask, right, I will consider it like the basics of the basics. Like if you look in your wardrobe, the white t-shirt, right, this is the equivalent of the white t-shirt in your closet, okay? Because everyone owns one. So for a mask like this, you can really pair it with anything. Take it as one of those staple pieces for your wardrobe and just ignore the blue color because really who gives a fuck about what your mask is when you're wearing this. So I decided I would pair it with neutral pieces, and I'm wearing an off-shoulder khaki knitted top tucked into denim jeans. So such a color palette would definitely not be too contrasting with the mask. Okay, so the next piece I have is from Maker Lee, and the piece that I chose is actually one of their best sellers, which is their batik mask. And I've seen a lot of batik masks on a couple of IG shops online because I think it's a very lovely traditional print that a lot of people decided to like repurpose into masks, which I think is a great idea. So I think this mask is very affordable. It's $9, and the reason why I chose this color and this print is because I felt that it was a good mix between the typical traditional batik mask as well as something a little bit more modern, because I think the black gives it a bit of a more edgy kind of look compared to what they also sent us, which is this red batik mask here. This is very reminiscent of the SQ Girl uniform. This is something definitely a little bit bolder, and I feel that it's more leaning towards the traditional spectrum of things. So that's why I picked something like this, which I felt was more aligned with my style. So for this mask, it isn't just like fabric, it also has a bit of like the nose, what's this called? Nose pinching thing. I call it the nose pinching thing because every time I use it, I was just like, oh, I'll just use it to pinch my nose. Okay, sorry, it's called nose wire. Apologies for my lack of description, but it also comes with a nose wire for, I think, both the masks. That would be great for people who want to fit it more close to your face, and for people who wear specs, because I realized the pains of wearing specs with a mask. I only realized that after I tried to wear specs out a couple of times, and it's so freaking painful because it gets misted up all the time. So this is something I would say people who wear specs should look out for. Don't be afraid of bold printed masks. You can always go for the classics if you think that it's going to be too much. When I first saw the green batik mask, I knew I wanted to do a more androgynous look, so I picked baggy shorts and a monogram shirt for masculineness, but I also kept some slight femininity through the crop top. Instead of only going for solid basic colours, the monogram gave the outfit a slight edge, but not too much that would be jarring against the batik print.
Delivery for Leah.
Oh my guys, yeah. The thing that I forgot to bring, okay. So the next mask is from this brand called Innobyinnit, and they actually sent us a couple of masks, but the ones that we are going to feature is actually this mask. It's called the Inno Plus mask. Wow, the packaging really damn nice eh. Wow, I very, like, like heart pain to tear, but story anyway. So the mask that we're looking at is actually the Innobyinnit mask, and I got the one in this khaki color because I didn't want something that was black or white. I wanted something neutral but still not boring, I would say. So one unique thing about this mask, right, it has the properties of the surgical mask. The best thing about it, it has adjustable ear loops, so you can use this to adjust like your face size and shape, and it has a neck strap. So every one of their masks comes with a neck strap, and I didn't think neck straps were important until I went out to eat, right, and I keep putting my mask on my lap or it ends up dropping on the floor. God knows where it goes. Isn't this so useful? Like, you can actually just like string it around you, like when you're eating, and then you can just like put it around your head and just like leave it here. So another good thing about this mask is that the company actually mentioned they have a lot of feedback from Muslim ladies who wear headscarves, and they say that the neck strap is actually very useful because what they can do is actually tighten it all the way to the back of their head instead of having to wear it inside the headscarf, which I think is a great option for any of the Muslim viewers out there who want something that is fast, free and easy to use. And I actually asked them to send over a neck strap design that they have. So they not only do adjustable neck straps for all their masks, they also have custom neck straps that you can add on. I got this one in pretty candy color here. I think this would be a good addition to, for example, if you're using like a disposable mask like this, right, and then you just need something to add on to the sides. I think this is a very good option as well. To be very honest, the material is so soft. Like, it feels like bed sheets, and I love the feeling of bed sheets. Is that weird? Yeah. Okay, so the Innobyinnit mask is actually $15.90, which I think is pretty affordable for the quality that they give. And the neck strap, if you wanted to buy it as a separate piece, this is actually $9.90. For this outfit, I decided since the mask was a beige tone that complemented most colours, it's going to look good with almost anything. So I went for a monochrome look in the shade of pink. I tried to give off the low-class Chanel vibes with the shades and the button-up cardigan, and to finish off the pink theme, I added a scarf to my ponytail just to be extra, because why not? Okay, what I have up next is actually this Dermacool sports mask, and I know it does not look like the most stylish piece out there, but I thought that why not find something that is high utility, because I think a sports mask is something that people who are very fit-spo, exercise a lot, would be keen on getting, because this mask itself is very, very breathable, and it's good for exercise. So whether you're running or whatever, it's not gonna like obstruct your breathing, which I think is very, very important. So the mask is like a navy blue mask. The material seems very thin and very lightweight. It's also a very fitted mask to your face. I would say a piece like this is not necessarily something that you will be like, oh, I want to style it as a fashion piece, but it's kind of like if you're exercising or if you're going for a more sporty look, this would be a good option. So for this mask, right, it's also very suitable for sensitive skin, and it can be washed up to 100 times, which is like, hello, damn what? You don't want to wash your mask one time then in the end become like Goya, you know? So this is a good buy, because if you can wash it for 100 times and the price of this mask is $17.90, means that each wash is 79 cents. 179.022. Oh, sorry, it's 0.1 cent. Wait, no. They also have another mask that is the Dermacool Shield mask, which is their newer range. So if you guys want, you can check that out. But the mask that I'll be styling for today would be their sports mask. So I think for the properties and the quality of the mask, I think it's worth it only if you're the kind of person who is very, very active and like goes hiking all the time, does sports every other day. You know, even if you do sports every day, you're allowed to not wear a mask. You still want to be safe. So yeah, just go and check this out. Okay, I could have gone more athleisure with this one, but I fucked it up, okay? So sometimes the outfit in my head doesn't turn out as I expected, but it's all good. I wanted the windbreaker to be the feature of this look for the essential sporty style, but I should have gone with more sports bra looking top instead of this Woo Girl tank top. Questionable, but I decided to colour block anyway, mainly because the mask is a solid navy colour and the mustard goes well with the dark blue tones, hence the joggers. So moving on, I have this mask here from CYC Tailor. It is the Indigo Berry mask, and you may be wondering, Leah, what is this thing? It looks like toilet paper. You know what? I also didn't know what is this thing, and I opened it, I was like, why did they put tissue paper inside? Oh my god, it's the N95 filter! FYI guys, I don't even know how this filter looks like, so now I know that this is the N95 filter. And the N95 filter actually comes with all their masks, and all you need to do is like slot it inside the mask that you want to use. So the reason why I chose this mask, right, is because first of all, the print itself is a blue floral print, and the florals are a little bit more subtle. It's not like the super bright bold florals that you may see. And I think this is a good option for people who don't want a mask that will necessarily clash with the outfit. For people who like dainty prints, I think this is a very comfortable piece because it's not too statement, but it's also not as bland or as neutral as something that is just one solid color. And this mask is $20, which I think it's okay given the fact that you get N95 reusable filter, which a lot of other stores don't have. So the other stores, they actually have slots for the filter, but you cannot purchase them directly from the shop. So I think this is like kind of a one-stop shop if you're looking for a place like that. So how I styled the floral mask, drumroll please, is with more florals, lamau. I chose a floral dress with bigger prints in blue because I thought why not? Nothing wrong with having too much print, but if you don't have a floral dress in the blue shade, go for cool tones like purple, green or grey to match instead. You can even add a pop of colour like mustard in your accessories for contrast. And the last mask that I have is the one I'm the most excited about, which is this satin floral mask from Winnieyippie. And oh my god, just look at it. Oh! Ah! I love it! First of all, I love oriental designs. Second of all, I love the fact that the material is so elaborate. The fabric is the kind that, you know, it's like embroidered. I'm shook. I love this. Oh my god, I love it! Wait, I'm crying! I think all her designs are very unconventional. It's like the styles that you don't usually see people producing, and of course more pricey as well because it's higher quality. And I would say this is more of a fashion piece than any of the other masks that I've reviewed today, because the rest are, I think, yes, they are fashionable, they are printed, but this is like made for fashion, you know. It's like you deliberately make this to look fashionable. And for this mask, it also comes with ribbons, which I think that is a very good plus point. I honestly don't know how the ribbons will work because I think it will be quite troublesome, but I think it's just very aesthetic to look at. So if you want to take a photo, then you just tie the ribbon for the photo. Oh my god, I cannot. I'm obsessed with this. It's like literally my oriental dreams come true.
Show them your leg.
Show them my leg? I'm not gonna lift up my new tattoo that I just did. The other masks she has on the website are not necessarily all like this. They're not all Japanese inspired. They have, I've seen like tie-dye and as well as like paisley printed masks, which I thought were very, very pretty also. So Minnie also mentioned that her uncle is the main seamstress for the mask because he kind of lost his job during COVID, so she's doing this to help him out. It ranges from $25 to $35, but I think for the quality and for the fact that it's a very statement piece, I think it's worth it. Like, I would actually buy this as well. And yeah, I think for people who, like me, enjoy being bold every once in a while, this is a good option for you. I felt this mask was very suited for a semi-formal look, and I wanted to highlight the satin material and colours in the mask. I chose a dark green satin dress to complement the green in the mask, but also to allow the orange florals to stand out on its own. This mask is for the days you want to feel fancy, but maybe treat yourself to some bougie dinner, or if you're just finding a reason to dress up and have fun, you do you, sis! So overall, styling masks isn't that difficult, so I guess this video isn't really a how to style. It's more so to give you guys options on what to wear with different styles and prints of masks, and hopefully I gave you guys like a new perspective or a new way to style the pieces that you already own at home. So instead of just grabbing whatever is on your laundry rack and like running out of your house because you're late, or worst comes to worst, actually forgetting a mask, because that happens to me on a regular basis. Tragic. In general, I think my favorite outfit from the entire 6 looks will be the one I'm wearing now with the black satin floral mask, mainly because I think it's very hard to pair a formal piece with like a mask and make it look like a whole complete like unified set. So I think the fact that both the mask and the dress kind of complemented each other really well made it my favorite. But let me know what was your guys' favorite in the comments down below, and also let me know what else to style next time. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye. 안녕.